Tonight is a community service of the New York Institute of Technology.
Covering the news of Nassau and Suffolk County's Long Island News Tonight with Ken Eckhart, Carol Peck, and the award-winning LI News team.
Good evening. I'm Ken Eckhart, and here's what's happening. A Long Island woman who admitted using heroin an hour before fatally hitting a 12-year-old girl with her car on a street in Smithtown today was sentenced to up to 12 years in prison. The accident happened last year on Main Street. 21-year-old Maureen Lambert of Stony Brook admitted taking heroin, then speeding down Main Street at 60 miles an hour, more than twice the speed limit, hitting and killing 11-year-old Courtney Sipes. She then left the scene and didn't surrender to police for more than 26 hours. Lambert was sentenced to 4 to 12 years in prison this morning in Suffolk County Court. She had pled guilty to manslaughter, vehicular manslaughter, driving impaired by drugs, and leaving the scene. 2 suspects have been arrested and charged in connection with a homicide in Hempstead Village last month. Police say the victim, 40-year-old Melvin Wells, was found shot to death on the sidewalk on Linden Avenue November 4th. Now officials say a joint investigation, including the Rockville Center Police Department, led to the arrests of 20-year-old James Rutledge of Rockville Center and 23-year-old Ramona Butler of Hempstead. Both suspects have been charged with second-degree murder. Well, Long Island's first congressional district race finally has a winner. A spokesman for Republican Randy Altshuler said this morning that Altshuler conceded to Democratic Representative Tim Bishop in that close race in eastern Long Island. The spokesman says Altshuler has decided against forcing a hand recount. Bishop has a 263-vote lead. It was the last undecided House race in the nation. Ryan says about 977 absentee ballots are left to be counted. More than 194,000 votes were cast. This will be Bishop's 5th term in Congress. Well, John Lennon's fans are celebrating his life today on the 30th anniversary of Lennon's murder outside his Manhattan apartment building. Lennon was shot 4 times and was pronounced dead on the way to Roosevelt Hospital in New York City. His killer, Mark David Chapman, is currently serving a life sentence. Fans gathered today at New York City's Strawberry Fields in Central Park, the urban oasis that's been endorsed by 121 countries as a garden of peace. Admirers played his music and placed flowers on a mosaic named for his song, Imagine. Well, it feels like winter arrived early this year. Temperatures this week are well below normal, and residents in the Northeast have been bundling up while trying to keep warm. Today's high was in the mid-30s, but it felt more like the mid-20s once you factored in the wind chill. So we asked Long Islanders what they're doing to stay warm.
We kind of love it because it makes you feel like going out shopping for the holidays. And we light a fire, we make a big meal. It's kind of nice. I mean, it makes you feel like Christmas.
I am hating it. I have scarves, I have layers on. I absolutely hate it. I'm thinking about moving. Honestly, I'm thinking about moving next year.
I'm freezing. The cold is like burning my skin when I'm walking to class, and I try to bundle up, but I'm not a scarf person or a hat person, but I need to get gloves because it's cold.
I think it's really cold today, and the past 2 days I actually always use gloves and just bundled up, jacket after jacket.
I don't think it's cold at all. After working 40 years in the post office, before I came to New York Tech, I think it's pretty mild out. But I guess the people work inside or step outside, it's cold to them. But I'm liking it.
And while temperatures are expected to become more seasonal this weekend, it won't last. Forecasters are predicting even colder weather for next week. A West Sayville man has been sentenced to 30 years in prison for a series of nighttime burglaries last year. A jury found 41-year-old Stephen Collins guilty of burglary, grand larceny, criminal trespass, and other crimes last month, and he was sentenced yesterday. He reportedly would break into homes in Sayville at night with the occupants asleep in their beds, stealing jewelry, laptops, cash, and wallets. He was also found guilty of stealing a wallet with cash and credit cards from a parked car in Sayville. And a report of a disoriented man in a Cedarhurst bar led police to a teenager believed responsible for 2 break-ins just a short time earlier. Police say when officers got to the King's Grill on Washington Avenue last evening, they found 16-year-old Jonathan Polanski of Whitestone with the proceeds from a break-in at Sunflowers Hats and Accessories on Central Avenue. Police say after that break-in, Polanski then broke into another company in the same building, then fled to the bar. He was sent to a nearby hospital for evaluation and has been charged with burglary and possession of a controlled substance. As Americans' weight increases, so does their chance of developing diabetes. Zavera Titler recently spoke with health professionals at New York Institute of Technology's College of Osteopathic Medicine about the growing problem of weight-related diabetes.
When diabetes isn't kept under control, bad things can happen.
It eventually causes infection and can lead to eventual amputation of a toe or a foot.
Mindy Haar, director of nutrition at NYIT's College of Osteopathic Medicine, says roughly 8% of the population now has diabetes, and that number is expected to increase.
Anybody can develop diabetes, but somebody who is overweight or obese is more likely to develop, but it can be anybody.
However, she's only talking about type 2 diabetes, which involves insulin resistance and usually occurs in people who are obese and have poor diets. There's also type 1, which is hereditary. According to Haar, when you have type 1, your body can't produce insulin on its own. That's why people with type 1 have to inject insulin into their bodies. And Haar says people who have type 1 or type 2 diabetes, if they're not receiving proper treatment over time, there could be severe consequences such as blindness.
The glucose is not getting into the cells. So when a person, let's say, would take a blood test, their glucose levels would be very, very high. Those high glucose levels can eventually affect vision.
Haar advises people to watch out for symptoms such as frequent urination, constant thirst, and hunger. And even though type 2 can be controlled and treated, she says it's better to prevent it.
So somebody who starts exercising and eating right can dramatically change their blood sugar levels.
So she says make sure you monitor your diet, get the nutrients your body needs, and get regular checkups. In Old Westbury, Zavera Titler, LI News Tonight.
There was an up day on Wall Street today. The Dow finished the day up 13 1/3 points. NASDAQ was up 10 2/3 points. And the S&P was up 4 1/2 points. NYIT's LI News Tonight continues after this.
See a screening of the film American Beauty at New York Institute of Technology's D. Seversky Center in Old Westbury on Wednesday, December 15th at 6 p.m. For more information, call 516-686-7567. The author of Black Grass will be discussing his book at the Holocaust Memorial and Tolerance Center in Glen Cove on Sunday, December 19th from 1:30 till 3:30 p.m. For reservations, call 516-571-8040, extension 104. The Freeport Community Chorale will hold a holiday concert at the Freeport Memorial Library on Sunday, December 19th at 2 p.m. For more information, call 516-379-3274. Or check out the Winter Warmth Art Exhibit at New York Institute of Technology's Gallery 61 in Manhattan, Monday through Saturday until January 18th from 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. For more information, call 212-261-1562. If you have an event you'd like included on the LI News Tonight community calendar, send it to linewstonight@nyit.edu.
In Melville, J.B. Buno, LI News Tonight.
In Bethpage, Stephen Katove, LI News Tonight.
At Belmont Park, Sophia Allen, LI News Tonight.
These are just a few of the people who have been reporting the news for LI News Tonight over the past year, and you could be one of them. Television news is an exciting and challenging career that could put you in the middle of what's happening and in touch with the people who are making the news. A career in television news journalism can offer you the opportunity to work as a reporter, camera person, or videotape editor, or any number of behind-the-scenes jobs, including producing or manning the assignment desk. And it's a career that can be yours by joining the LI News Tonight news team. Produced at studios on the campus of the New York Institute of Technology, LI News Tonight offers television news internships that can earn you college credits and the possibility of being on the air in just a few weeks. LI News Tonight has been the jumping off point for many local and national news professionals, and you could be next. Call 516-686-7952 for more information on how to enroll for LI News Tonight, and let us put you on the air. Some stories from around the world today. Protesters in Haiti have set fire to the headquarters of the ruling political party over disputed election results. Riots began last night after it was announced that the government-backed candidate had advanced to a second-round runoff. Flames were reported seen leaping from the Unity Party headquarters in central Port-au-Prince, Haiti. Protesters say security guards shot demonstrators as they assaulted the building. The Unity Party is a faction that was founded recently by the increasingly unpopular President René Préval. Chilean officials say a prison fire set off during a riot killed at least 83 inmates today. The country's health minister says 14 other prisoners were severely burned, and a firefighter and 3 guards had lesser injuries. The National Prison Director says the blaze, which broke out early this morning at the San Miguel prison south of Santiago, burned out of control for 3 hours. Hundreds of anxious relatives of inmates gathered outside the prison gates, some claiming that prison police had closed the gates, making it difficult for firefighters to enter. The prison housed 1,900 inmates, but was built for just 700. And 2 trains have collided head-on in eastern Bangladesh. It's reported that accident left at least 19 people dead and scores injured. The United News of Bangladesh agency says that accident occurred in Nasandi district today. Well, Suffolk County police are investigating an incident where a motorist was forced off the road by another car, then robbed. Officials say it happened Monday afternoon along Express Drive South near Gloria Boulevard in central Islip. The victim told police he struck another car that had cut him off. Then 2 men got out of that car and robbed him. They then fled on foot, leaving the car behind. The victim was treated for a non-life-threatening injury. A Queens man has been charged with using counterfeit money to purchase hundreds of dollars worth of merchandise at a Long Island department store. Police say 22-year-old Christopher Adori of St. Albans used fake $100 bills yesterday at the Lord & Taylor store in Garden City, buying merchandise valued at over $900. Store security says they observed Adori on the store's closed-circuit TV, and he was confronted at the cash register after allegedly using the counterfeit bills to make a purchase. We had a mostly sunny, cold day today. The high was only in the low 30s. It was windy. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low down into the low 20s. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with a high in the low 30s. Friday, mostly cloudy with a high in the upper 30s. Saturday, partly cloudy, a high into the low 40s. The outlook for Sunday, rain is expected, but a little milder with a high up around 50 degrees. And that's it for NYIT's LI News Tonight. I'm Ken Eckhart. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again tomorrow. Have a good night.